Hey everyone, welcome back to another war video. This one, war number 2 of season 39, for Loki taking on Next. You can see I have a pretty unique team. Apocalypse is the only one of these 3 champs that I've ever actually used in war before. Overseer and Wiccan also going to get some use. All 3 of these champs are going to go. So let's jump right into it. First fight is going to be Mr. Negative. I'm on path 1 in section 1. So I'm going to use Overseer here, as Overseer gets the debuff Detox Global. So this is really nothing of a crazy Mr. Negative fight. The big thing here is the, you can see it's personal space regen. So every time I'm a little bit too close to him, he gets a regen buff. So I'm trying to stay, not right next to him the entire time. But Overseer, like I said, he is a debuff Detox Global, so he can avoid the reverse controls from Mr. Negative. He could do it with a synergy as well, but I don't have that synergy. So at this point, I'm just trying to, keep the debuff immunity on me, or keep the charges. The way that Mr. Negative switches over to his that he puts the reverse controls on you is if he has light energy and he throws a special one. That's the easiest way for him to do it. He also does it with his heavy charge, but you really don't see that in war defense very often. But you can see here Mr. Negative going down relatively smooth. Overseer very strong. The big thing here with Overseer is I'm trying to either bait his heavies out or punish his specials. That's where he really gets his retaliation. But you can see, he's got 2 regens on him, but it really doesn't matter. Also, Mr. Negative does help because every time he dashes back, he just gets rid of those. He does convert it into light energy, but again, without being able to place a debuff, not as big a deal. So this next fight is going to be Bishop on node 13. This is the Masochism over time. This is where I'm going to use APOC. So APOC, normally you have the cable synergy with you, but here, because he's fighting a mutant, I'll be able to fully ramp APOC after this fight. You can see there I'm just checking Bishop's SIG to see when he goes unblockable. So I'm going to try to keep him below the prowess number that makes him unblockable. So with this fight, my plan is basically I do want to... Now, normally with Bishop, I don't want to see the special one. Here, I want to see the special one. So he throws the special one. So now my plan is to not get a whole bunch of Incinerates on me, but basically get enough that I go Incinerate immune. So you can see here the second one, not enough. The third one, I back off. That's going to be enough. So I do take a little bit of burst damage there on the Incinerate Purifying with me becoming immune, but that's okay. Now I can just safely bait his special one the entire time because his special 2, for someone who's not Incinerate immune, is better. But with the special one, I just wanted to, bait it out, block it out. My APOC, like I said before, is rank 4. So with the boost, he was close to 75,000 health. So I wasn't really too concerned about taking some blocked hits, everything along those lines. So here he throws it while he has steady release, while he has the his overload up. So it is unblockable, but you can see it doesn't really do too much. So I'm not too worried about it. But you can see APOC doing very well here to get through this fight. Nothing to really worry about other than just Bishop, because APOC turns off the masochism part of it. So that's that. 2 fights down. 2 relatively smooth fights. This third fight, spoiler alert, not so smooth. I'm going to use Overseer again here against this King Groot. So this has power snacks. That's why I want to use Overseer. Overseer is Nullify immune. And he's also a global defender, whereas King Groot has the Unsteady Ground global defense. So really what I want to do here, I don't know why I backed up, because King Groot had his regen mode, so I could attack. But really what I want to do is I want to make sure I keep the debuff charges on me. I want to bait special 1s from King Groot because it's real easy. As you can see, King Groot special 1, one of the easiest to dodge in the entire game. So with King Groot, the way that he works, I know he's been around a little bit, but when he has his Furies up, he's able to shrug all debuffs. So here he's in his regen, so he can't shrug. So here I'm just trying to bait out a special 1. It's important to note Overseer, so you can see a 6 over underneath Overseer's in his display, that means that he's at 6 cosmic overload. So he's or 6 gamma charges, so that puts him in his like cosmic overload phase, which means he hits a lot harder. Generally speaking, he doesn't really need to go to special 3. That's where he gets his big damage. But here, you know, I'm trying to bait out that special 1 forever. I then push him to special 2 and then run straight into the special 2. So here I wait out the glance to throw the special 3, but unfortunately while waiting out the glance, I also waited out his regen phase. So Overseer gets his big damage 2 ways in special 3. One, he puts a pretty sizable physical vulnerability debuff on. You can see that King Groot ate that, which was really wonderful. And the second way is just through that Fury buff that he has, and he's able to do a lot of bonus damage on light attacks. So once I'm in this Cosmic Overload mode, I am doing medium and then 4 lights. You can see the damage really ramped up a good amount after that, as I was really not doing a great job doing much damage before that. Here, I just blocked the special 2, bait out a heavy, go back in. I probably should have thrown the special 2 there. I don't know why I didn't. I guess I was waiting out the Furies. So then I'm too late on a parry, which was really wonderful. Here, I just throw the special 2, right into his block. The auto block, though, saves me. I would have probably died if not for the auto block. Here, I throw the special 1, thinking it's going to be enough. It's not. So the end of this fight is going really swimmingly. But I get one more combo in there and made it very interesting. But Overseer is able to hold on. So 3 fights down. This next fight is going to be a little bit smoother. So I'm going to be using Wiccan against Hulkling. Wiccan is arguably the best Hulkling counter in the game. This node doesn't really do much for Hulkling other than return policy, but Wiccan puts on a neutralize, which means that he can nullify on his heavy attacks, but with the neutralize, he's just preventing the buffs from coming. So I'm just going to, you can see the incinerates really stack up because the way Wiccan works is every time a buff fails due to the neutralize, he puts an incinerate on, and basically every time you hit Hulkling, you're going to try to put a buff on, and you can't. So you can see he's up to 22, 23, 24, 20. You know, I just throw the special 1 here, and you know, Wiccan just completely melts that fight down. Very fun fight. Wiccan, very strong in Hulkling matchups. And then my last fight of the war is going to be here against this America Chavez. So I'm going to be using APOC specifically because this has Hard Knock Life. So I have a fully ramped APOC now, so I parry once. Now I have the Disorient on, so now I just want to kind of play keep away a little bit until I get my Disorient immunity, which there it is. Now I can just safely parry heavy. So the goal for this fight is do not push America Chavez to a special 2. Just bait out her special 1s and make sure to dodge them, because if you block any of the hits, it puts a prowess passive on her, and you don't want that unless it's a well-time blocked. But I'm not trying to mess around with, you know, trying to well-time block the specials. I want to just avoid them. So you can see just, you know, smooth, just going through, just, you know, he has some Mystic Dispersion on. I didn't dex there, I blocked, so you can see now they got the 1 passive prowess. If they get to 3, they become unblockable on their special attacks. But you can see, like I said, APOC just doing really well here. So I got the first special 1 for the poison and the weakness. Now I'm ramping up to a special 2. But I am kind of hoping to use Mystic Dispersion to my advantage to basically, you know, keep her in that special 1 range. But you can see that special 2 did a ton of damage. So at this point, I'm just trying to bait out this one last special 1. And then combo in. I don't finish off the combo there because I figured she didn't get her chance to throw a heavy this fight, and I know how much she loves that. So she does that and she goes down. So 5 fights for this war. For me, was able to get through them all. So 7 fights to start the season, 7 solos, and a streak of 7. In terms of the war itself, we were able to win once again. So good war to next, but we do start off 2-0. So a good strong start for us. Hopefully that continues. But that'll do it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see everyone soon.